Okay.
Hey guys, and welcome to Tnashi's Movie Corner, and for today's movie review, I'll be reviewing World War Z, the Brad Pitt movie. Yeah, it's the Brad Pitt movie. I mean, just come on. And this movie came out on June 21st of 2013. It came out as a PG-13 movie. They also, when they released it, had an unrated version that came in at 122 minutes long versus the 115 minutes of the theatrical. I actually have only seen the unrated cut of it, so that's the cut I'm going to be talking about, although they're pretty much the same thing. The unrated just has gore in it, whereas the PG-13 doesn't, and I felt like, well, why wouldn't you have gore in a zombie movie? And yes, it's a zombie movie. It's clearly a zombie movie. They even call them zombies in the movie. I thought that was interesting on its own. Gonna be honest, I thought that was really cool. You don't ever hear about them actually called zombies in anything. They're always walkers or just undead or, you know, something, but not really zombies. Never really used the zombie word for it. And this movie kind of had a lot of development hell. They even tossed out the script at one point and redid everything. Now, why did I say it's a Brad Pitt movie? Because it is the Brad Pitt movie. He's the only real character you care about in this movie. He has a family that they kind of deal with at the very beginning with the start of the outbreak, and I like seeing the start of the outbreak. For sure, but the family just kind of goes off onto the sidelines, and there's a lot of characters that are thrown in here, but they're characters that we don't really care about as much as we're focused on Brad Pitt, who is kind of the ultimate hero, ultimate guy you want to be in the zombie apocalypse, apparently, because he's the only one that is going to survive. No matter what, he will make it out of some crap. Stuff goes down, but rest assured, Brad Pitt, yeah, he's good. He is fine. Anybody else, probably not. But not his character. And, you know, I always thought, I mean, this gives us a kind of an interesting look at the zombies, because they are really fast moving, kind of like what you get at the Dawn of the Dead remake. However, at the same time, the reason, like, they'll miss over some people entirely and go for other people, and I thought that was interesting. I thought they're kind of a little bit of a history into the origin story, which is covered, is kind of interesting as well. And they got kind of a twitchy movement to them, which, you know, and they're kind of problem solvers in a way. If you've seen the trailer, you've seen a ridiculous action scene, which I thought was going to be more or less the climactic point of the movie, kind of right there near the end of the movie, and it wasn't. So the movie kind of built up to that point and then kind of teetered off a little bit, which I thought was an interesting choice to do that. But this movie also has some really suspenseful moments, as well as some really in-your-face action moments as well, which I like the back and forth in that regard. I just think it would have been better to conclude on the note where the zombies are kind of going and stacking up on each other to get over the wall, and it's ludicrous, and it probably should have closed on that. Probably should have been near the end. And I wish the characters were fleshed out a little bit more. You know, I have a question too. I wonder, zombies, do they always have to sound basically the same thing? Like, you think they're scary because of how they look, because they actually look, you know, like people, but with decaying flesh on them or whatever? Or is it because when they're, well, kind of walking or running towards you, they're all like they got something stuck in their throat? You know, if because I'll be honest, if I'm in the middle of a city, if I'm standing there and I look over and I see these guys running at me, and they're running at me, but they're making that noise, I'm thinking, oh crap, like, I don't know what this is, but I got to get out of the way. But if they like didn't sound like that, if they're running towards me and I'm looking over at them and they're going it wouldn't have the same effect. I'd be like, the fuck? you know, but it wouldn't have the same effect on me at all. So I wonder if they all the zombies have to have kind of that gurgle in their throat type noise in order to really be scary, or if it's a combination of the two, maybe. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. But you know, this apparently the only thing this movie has that is relevant to the graphic novel is the title. And having gone through several script changes and everything, I kind of get that, and I'm perfectly fine. Like, you get Jurassic Park, which was, you know, based upon the Michael Crichton book, and shares very little aspects with that book, yet is hugely successful. So a movie can certainly do that, and on the other hand, movies can fail when they don't do that as well. So it kind of just depends. For me personally, I think this movie was pretty good. I would give it, as a rating, a 7 out of 10. You know, it's got some real suspense moments. It's got some action pieces, which are nice. I really like Brad Pitt's character. I wish there was more focus on the side characters. I like the fact that it starts off, you know, kind of delving into the apocalypse, the beginning of it. I like how the zombies work. There's actually a really terrifying thing involved with them, and how quick you turn and what have you. And going and trying to find a cure and getting not quite the origin story, but little bases at it, I think was good. I think that moving building along to a point and getting to that climactic point in the movie, only to dip down and for a while before you get to the end, I think that was probably a mistake. It's just me personally. I would have liked a slower build up to the climax and then the close resolution of it. But I heard that we are getting a second one, so I am curious about that, and I think I'll go check it out. I really dug this movie. It's directed by Mark Forrester, so I think he did a good job. And for writers, you had Michael Carnahan and Drew Goddard for the screenplay. So I think they did a pretty decent job, and I think Brad Pitt did a good job. I would have just liked a few more things to be tweaked to make it better. But as far as a zombie film goes, it was certainly interesting, and it was quite an action piece. But anyway, guys, that's what I think about it. What did you think about it? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. Hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving, and if you haven't yet, go and watch my 'Tis the Season giveaway and submit your videos, because we have about 2 days left until that is done. So yeah, go ahead and let me know. Have you read the graphic novel? Do you enjoy it? Did you enjoy this movie? Are you looking forward to the sequel? And what do you think? Do you think that zombies are more intimidating because they're decayed flesh with that kind of gurgling noise, or is it a combination of the two, or is it one or the other, or what is it about zombies that's so scary? So yeah, go ahead and let me know, and until next time.